Mr. President, please listen to the people. Don't listen to politicians only, because it is the people that would vote for us. As I said, politicians are decamping, but the people who are the voters are not decamping. In those days, if you want to decamp to another party, you go to your ward, you go to your constituency, and all your people come out and surrender their decision. But these days, reverse is the case.
So guys, Senator Ndume attended the APC conference for endorsement of Tinubu's re-election, and when it was time for that endorsement, Senator Ndume walked out of that conference saying he won't endorse Tinubu amidst hunger, hardship, insecurity in the country. And he has also warned Tinubu that even if opposition governors defect to the APC, that does not guarantee his re-election. He told Tinubu that he should remember that Jonathan had 22 PDP governors on his side, but still he lost the election. That even those governors that are defecting from the PDP and moving over to the APC are not even able to convince the people to defect with them, meaning that the people who are the real voters have refused to defect with them. You also what happened to Okowa in Delta State. The Delta women wanted to tear Okowa into two when he came out to tell them why he defected to the APC. They refused to listen to him. So guys, this is coming at a time when Tinubu's cabinet, some of them, especially the Northerners, have gradually started resigning and withdrawing, from being part and parcel of this cabinet. Like this headline says, I won't be a tool for one party state. Tinubu's SSA on public affairs. Awudu resigns. He's resigning. And also, Brutai, like this headline says, Boko Haram attacked S-Army Chief Brutai's convoy in Borno State. This is a today's headline, just for you to see what Ndume is saying. That amidst hunger, hardship, insecurity, APC is already, starting their campaign by endorsing Tinu, and you have seen the billboards all over the places. I'm just going to allow you to take a look at what Senator Ndume said during this interview on Channels Television last night. Take your time, watch this video, and let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Now, take a look.
In a while, the last time we were very unhappy with President Bola Tinubu about appointment, especially as it affects the northern part of the country. But it does look like you are happier now, because recent appointment looked to have favored the region.
No, it was not like favoring the region as such, but there's an attempt to balance and to meet up with the constitutional requirement which I raised. Section 14.3 states that every appointment must reflect federal character. And that means that every tribe, state, region must feel that they belong. And that is what he did. And as I said, the good thing expected of a leader is that if the issue is raised genuinely, then he should look at it positively and make amends. And I think that is what Mr. President did. That is what I can say.
Although there are people, some of those who work closely with the president, they didn't take lightly some of your comments. Your very good brother from Borno South, Mr. Daniel Buala, was very frank about the way he felt about your criticism of the president. And there are those within the party who feel that you have some very bad feeling about the performance of the. Do you think that there are things aside these appointments that are not going well with the party and in the government of Bola Tinubu?
First of all, I really want to correct you on this, and maybe also advise you, because you are always trying to, throw a punch below the belt. Bola, check out, is my junior, is my brother, and we're Nigerians. We respect one another. And so you cannot be pulling me down to talk about Bola. Bola is just a special assistant to the president. So you can't equate not only Ndume to Bola. I'm a senator, and senator for the fourth time in the first place. And as I told you, yes, Bola is from my constituency, but he's not, I don't know. I'm not saying that he's nobody, but it's not fair for you to start. When I was talking about the president, I'm not talking to his personal aides, or you didn't like the word I used, but more of a domestic staff.
But the question is the import, because those who speak for the president they're perhaps sometimes speaking based on the brief given to them by their principal. So I'm saying in that sense.
No, I don't. Wait now. That is the problem. We have started again now. You don't tell me what to say. The president has 3 special advisors, and all of them are not the same. As far as I'm concerned, the best among them is Sunday Dare. This is the man who can speak or even speak the mind of the president, because he has been with him for a very long time. He has been a spokesman, he has been his chief of staff, he has been a minister in the former government, and you can see his response. He tried as much as possible to address issues, not persons. And I give him credit for that. If the president had more of that than you are dragging me into the other people that are busy being more Catholic than the Pope. It spoils the matter. So please, let's talk about what you want me to talk about. I don't want to talk about those people. I'm done with them.
I'm asking you, Senator, that some of what you have said in the statement that you have made about the administration of Bola Tinubu were perhaps perceived with hard feelings in the party.
No, I don't.
Do you regret some of these comments?
Wait now. What hard feeling will I have? I'm a senator already. I contested and I wanted to be a senator. And I'm a senator, alhamdulillah. You understand? So you see, you are the one dragging the issue into the mud or to the wrong direction. My own responsibility as a representative of the people, as a senator, as a citizen of Nigeria, and as somebody from Borno State, I have the right to point out some of the lapses or observations or policies that are not in tandem. And I also commend Mr. President when it is appropriate. I don't only criticize. When he does the right thing, as he did now, he listened to what I complain about. He even asked for the details, and he got the details, and then he made correction. At one scoop, he appointed over 24 people from the north. That balances it.
So you are happy with the president now and what he's been doing?
Well, I don't have problem with the president. Don't be saying I have problem with the president. I said it severally. He's my president. So why would I have problem with the president? But if he does something that is not right or is against the constitution, or I will point it out. And if he does something that needs to be commended, I will commend it. I have done that severally.
You look at the assessment of the 2 years of the President Bola Tinubu in office. As a senator and perhaps someone who is very close to the people on the ground, do you think your party is enjoying the kind of popularity that it enjoyed some years back? That I feel as the kind of way Nigerians feel right now, to the extent that many Nigerians have some very strong feelings as to the performance of your party.
Well, let me be blunt about it. The people are not happy. Several people have said it. And the president also is not pretending. He acknowledged that there's hardship. He acknowledged that things are very difficult. And even recently, he appealed that people should be patient with him. But the question is, how long will they be patient? And things are very difficult. And so many things have not been done the way the people are expecting. And to be honest with you, if you go back to the electorate today, halfway, they are not happy. You can't lie about that. I see people lying. I see people telling president what he wants to hear, or maybe, and some of them even he doesn't want to hear them. But my position on the people around the president that are supposed to help him are deceiving him or are damaging his image, are doing more harm than good. Let me say that, because the president cannot go out the streets like myself and know how the people feel, or even outside the villa. They will drive him in a tinted glass that he doesn't even see what is going on. But so it is the people like us that represent the public that you listen to, and then you also get your intelligence from the people on ground. But definitely, except maybe for yourself, things are bad, very bad in the country. Some of them may be because of the bad policies. Some of them may be because of the global situation that we all know. But Nigerians are people that, once they know the situation, they are realistic people. But the people that the president has for now unrealistic people. I said it before, I'm not changing my position yet until they change or president does something. Last time he did a bit of it by changing some of them, but I'm still believing that the government is more or less dominated by kleptocrats and even kakistocrats.
I mean, that English seems to be unfamiliar a bit to me. Can you explain what you meant by that? Who are these people?
Between you and God, Sheung, you are a Nigerian too. Unless maybe you are getting something somewhere, because it looks now that you are this is getting filled up. I don't know what happened. You look fine.
That's funny. But Senator, you said yes. Kakistocrats and kleptocrats.
Yeah.
Those are big English. You know, you're a big man who schooled in the US. It's better for you to explain to us in a language we understand. Some of those who schooled here in Nigeria.
What I'm saying
what do you mean by who are these people?
They are, if there are no kakistocrats and kleptocrats, we would have been better off.
And these people are around the president?
Yes, of course. I said it last time that they are more or less they have more or less kidnapped the president.
So we are seeing some kind of cabals again, right?
Yeah, it's more than cabal. If it is cabal, it's normal. You two, you have your cabal. I have my cabal as senator. My close friends, they call them cabals. These are people we spend all day to, and they influence my actions and inactions. But when you have kleptocrats and then kakistocrats means that people that are not supposed to be in the position are in the position, or they don't know. Then kleptocrats are people that are in democracy, that are in politics because of what they can get out of it, but not what they can put in it. You understand that?
I mean, we always talk in parables about those who are behind the powers, who are manipulating power over the years, and this has gone on. Do these people have names? Because our nation is being held down by a few people, the way and manner in which you are describing it. Perhaps these people are not allowing the president to function optimally the way Nigerians hoped for. Who are these? Do they have names? What are their titles?
You mean their titles?
And their names?
I know them, and I'm not going to mention them. You too, you know them. And you are supposed to be the one that should mention them because that's your work.
He who alleges, Senator, you are the one who is saying that there are kleptocrats in the government.
No.
And would like to know. No assumptions here.
Let me tell you, if you had experts or the right people in the government, things would have been done right. Things are not being done right now. Government, I still believe that the president did not take power in order to make Nigerians suffer. No. He took power so that he would do something, but he cannot do it alone, and he has to get people. I hear one of my colleagues last time, he said the same thing, that the president needs to sack some of his ministers and some of his aides and all that, so that he will bring in better people or experts to help him run the economy. But you are 2 years down. The renewed hope is becoming, people are doubting whether this thing is going to work. Because 2 years in it, Nigerians cannot see any hope.
So things are not working from your own point of view. Are there areas you think that...
Wait, Sheung. Is it working from your own end? Are you not in Abuja?
I'm asking a question, Senator. Things are...
Me too, I'm asking a question now.
Yeah, so the point I'm making here, Senator, is if things are not working for the Nigerian people, can you point to us areas you think that the president should make urgent and decisive action to fix this? He's halfway into his 4-year constitutional tenure.
I said it before, they are 3 and they are constitutional. Section 14 of our constitution says the main purpose of government is security and welfare of its citizens. That is where the problem is. Then thirdly, tied to that, I've said it last month or even in April in a similar forum, that once the president can address the issue of security in Nigeria, which is relapsing, after we thought, for example, that things are improving, now we are in a dire situation. Even yesterday, 2 days ago, Burate was attacked. The front operation base in Borno, Burate was attacked. Their soldiers stood up to it, but they made destruction of our assets. They burned down. Normally these days now they go and burn down some of the assets that is like MRAP, tanks, and all that, machine guns that we have. And sometimes they even, steal some of these equipment and go with it. The situation is getting terrible, in Borno. The situation is bad in some states. All the 6 geopolitical zones, except to some extent South. Even South, we have issues of economic sabotage and this oil theft and all that. But Southwest is the only region that is relatively safe now. So the issue of security is number one. The issue of welfare of its citizens. Yes, the president responded by increasing the minimum wage from 30,000 to 70,000. But as I said last time, it's not good to give somebody something with the right hand and take it. The purchasing power of Nigeria has gone down with the minimum wage of 70 and the rate of inflation. And these things are still not, Nigerians cannot afford to live. And they're even finding it very difficult to survive. But as I said, this government, in addition to having kleptocrats and kakistocrats, which I said, now the recent development that I see is the heightened severity that is happening in the government.
What do you mean by that?
You don't know civility?
Say that again. Sorry, I didn't get you clearly.
Civility. You don't know civility? Servity. Check.
What does it mean? Explain it. We want to know.
Check. When I tell you are holding your this thing, check severity.
How is that situation going in the government? How can you describe it?
Did you check civility?
Senator,
the
way and manner
you refuse to say this.
Senator, there seems to be Senator, the way and manner you are describing things. You are a leader of the APC. I don't know if you were present at the APC summit, where the president was a lot of endorsement. And
no, I was there, but I was the only voice that said nay.
Because when we wonder, a lot of the leaders of the APC endorsed the president, saying that he's done well, things are going well, and he should go on. Mukeso, that's the shouts that they were having in that hall that day. This is totally a departure from what happened at the APC summit. Is that a deceitful gathering, or what exactly do you think is going on based on what you have described? You see, things are not working, but yet party leaders are saying it is going well. The president deserves automatic ticket.
Well, as I told you before, I have a bit of my mind. I was there, but that was not why I was there. I was there for a summit, and when I realized that it was not a summit, and the voice vote was put about the endorsement of Mr. President. I just left. And that does not mean I'm not an APC member. The majority had its way, and maybe I'm a few of us, felt that was not right.
Because but you look at it again.
As a senator, I was not.
You look at it, within the party, there were endorsements for the president. Outside of the party, there are defections into the party. So the party is saying, even not for the performance of President Bola Tinubu and the APC, new entrants will not be coming into the party.
No, I don't think that is it. I don't think so. It happened before, not once, not twice. It happened during Jonathan. It happened when again? That does not... Okay. You see, what I see there is that politicians are decamping, but the people who are the voters are not decamping.
So what is happening politically is not in tandem with what is on the ground, what the Nigerian people can feel.
Thank you. That's it.
Is the president aware that this is a political gimmick, or this is a political deceit that is going on the way you have described it?
I don't know. I'm not. I access to Mr. President, so I won't know his mind. I didn't speak. But I hope he will look back historically and see that the gathering of people to say we endorse you, especially, you can't, for example, the president has been endorsed. And the president even endorsed us during his budget presentation. But the party said now that no automatic ticket for others. So what is good for the gander is not good for the what? How do you say?
What is good for the goose is not good for the gander. Is that what you meant?
That is what they are now saying. So you already see there is a problem.
What does this connote for you? If this is going on, and you made reference to Jonathan's period in 2014, pre-2015 election, and Jonathan lost the election, are you worried about something here?
Yeah, really, because Jonathan had 22 governors then, endorsing him like we did now. And what happened? Jonathan lost woefully. And even that time, what happened? A lot of money was spent, over 2 billion or whatever. And then even the election was sifted. But we are not learning our lesson. And I pity Mr. President for this kind of a thing. Even though he came out one time that this is not time for campaign, we should not be campaigning. But you have already seen the problem now. You go out there and say you are endorsing Mr. President. And when the rumors came out that, the National Assembly members also and this thing are going to be given automatic ticket, the party came out to say, we are not giving them automatic ticket. So who is going to be the foot soldier?
Senator, this is a very critical period in our history, and as a people, we need to find a way forward. If there is something that you need to tell the president to do as an action, because he's the leader of your party, and it does look to me that you are worried that your party might lose at the center. A lot of people see, they see that, they think that may not happen because opposition is not strong, and that there isn't anyone that can give Bola Tinubu and the APC a run for their money in 2027. But do you have an opinion that is against that?
Yes. Number one, as I told you, I still believe that the president means well for this country. If not, he wouldn't have even contested. He supported twice people from the north, Rubadu and Atiku later on. And that shows his level of patriotism. And then when things didn't, in fact, the third person is Buhari. But when all of those, the two did not work, the one that worked was not, Buhari didn't do what much people expected. And he gave it a shot himself. So I thought that this is going to be it. This is going to be the master stroke. Tinubu is coming himself to do it himself. And even he said that it is his turn, Omelekon. So after that, when he wins the election, I thought that it will be Omulekon. Well, you know what Omulekon is, including everybody. That is going to be our turn, especially the APC. But that is not the case. But the good thing is, and our advice is that there's still time because things can be turned around within a year. All this outcry is within 2 years. So in the next 2 years, he should make Nigerians happy. Once he makes this Nigerian happy, I said it before, nobody will contest. Why do you endorse a president who is sitting president only 2 years into his government? The endorsement, if we are following the American system, the president has a right of refusal, just as other public service holders like senators, like House of Rep. But now, as I said, we have started getting it wrong even. And I don't know what my colleagues are thinking, but I say, so it is only Tinubu. The vice president was not even mentioned. The governors, I don't know, for those that are running for the second time, I don't know what is going to happen to them. I don't know what is going to happen to people like in Delta now. My distinguished colleague, Omo Agege, after losing the election, which he thought he won, struggled in the court, and then kept the party going. All of a sudden, they brought the sitting governor, and they said it is going to be the leader. That means, what has that man done, Omo Agege? Then, in fact, during the endorsement or the summit, Senate President stood up to move the motion, seconded by the Speaker. And then, as I said, what is good for the goose is not now good for the gander.
So, Senator, invariably, you are saying that the endorsement that President Tinubu got at that APC summit was in bad taste and is against the sensibility of the Nigerian people.
No, I cannot speak for Nigerian people. I'm only speaking for myself. I didn't like it. I was not told that we were going there to only endorse the president. We were to go there for summit. So I was wondering, where is the program? Who's coming to speak to us?
Oh dear. It seems that some technology cabal have taken over your connection, Senator. As a matter of your parting shot, Senator, if you have the opportunity to speak with President Bola Tinubu now, what would you say
to stand up and say, oh, I will say to him, Mr. President, please listen to the people. Don't listen to politicians only, because it is the people that would vote for us. As I said, politicians are decamping, but the people who are the voters are not decamping. In those days, if you want to decamp to another party, you go to your ward, you go to your constituency, and all your people come out and surrender their decision. But these days, reverse is the case.
So guys, you have seen it. Senator Ndume is actually warning Tinubu that it's not a matter of, forcing other political party members to leave their parties and move over to the APC. That is not going to help him. Jonathan had 22 governors on his side in the last election in 2015, sorry, but still he lost that election. So forcing these people to come over to the APC, you can imagine forcing Fubara to move over to the APC. Do you think River people want to move over to the APC? No. And that is why people are telling people that this your strategy is even going to hurt you the most. It's going to hurt you the most. Now people have begun to resign. That one party system cannot help to institutionalize a one-party system in Nigeria that is meant to be a democracy. Now, under Tinubu's government, they want Nigeria to become a one-party system when Tinubu is all about failure. You look at the economy, it's down. Look at insecurity, it's worsened. Unemployment is worsened. It is only under Tinubu's government that children sat for WAEC at almost 12 midnight. It's only in this country. And they were not even having electricity. They were using torchlights to write exam. And one of the people who is probing, a committee member who is probing, the WAEC members, was asking them that somebody who sat for this same exam in my Tama, and maybe his classroom has an AC, with somebody who sat the same exam in Taraba and was forced to write this exam until almost 12 midnight, and the person used torchlight. Can you say two of them had the same condition, were in the same condition while that exam was happening? These are the things happening under the Tinubu's government, and they refuse to address it. Electricity is part and parcel of our challenges. Nobody is talking about that. Look at the hardship. Look at the insecurity. And you can see that Brutai escaped death because Boko Haram members released, bullet rain on his convoy. And he was lucky to have escaped it because Brutai is part and parcel of the APC. These are the rots they left on ground. It is now turning back to hurt them. And that is why you don't pity this APC. Since they came in, Nigeria has never remained the same. But it's nice that some of them now are understanding, rejecting Tinubu's one-party system, and they have begun to resign. Like in Akwa Ibom State, if you've watched, the governor there has defected to the APC. He has finally left the PDP for the APC. But guess what? There was this commissioner who said he's not going to defect. He rather resigned. And guess what? He resigned. People were really applauding him that these are men of integrity, because as he resigns, he's not going to be earning his salary. He's not going to be earning all the benefits again. He has resigned. But for him, his conscience did not allow him to follow those that followed Enoch to the APC. Guess what? Senator Ndume has told Tinubu that these people who are defecting to the APC, they couldn't even carry the people along. The people are not defecting with them. And you know what that means? That means you are just getting the governor and maybe his cabinet to defect. And each time they have rally, they will just pay people to show up and wear their uniform, and you think the crowd is on their side. But the population is majority against them. Now, let me quickly read this headline. This Awudu, who is an SSA to the Tinubu's government, who has resigned. This is coming from Daily Post, and it says, I won't be tool for one party state, Tinubu's SSA on public affairs. Audu resigns, and it reads further, Mr. Aliyu Audu has resigned from his position as the Senior Special Assistant on Public Affairs to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Audu's resignation letter was dated June 8, 2025, as he was tendered through the office of the President's Chief of Staff, Femi Gbagbabiamila. The letter reads partly, I write to formally tender my resignation as Senior Special Assistant to the President on Public Affairs, effective immediately. Explaining why he resigned, Audu said he refused to be used as a tool to reduce Nigeria to one-party system by the All Progressive Congress, APC-led federal government. In a statement that accompanied his resignation, Audu said, Good morning, fellow compatriots. I have seen many comments about my resignation, and I must say it is not act of rebellion but of conscience. Though I do not align with the PDP, I refuse to be used directly or indirectly as an instrument to reduce Nigeria to a one-party state. That would be a betrayal of both divine favor and democratic principles. After all, that God has done it for us as a nation, especially in these times, we owe it to him and to posterity to uphold values that reflect justice, balance, and liberty. True democracy thrives on healthy competition, not political domination. That is his word. That true democracy thrives on healthy competition, not on political domination. That's what we are seeing. Political domination. They want to dominate. Instead of them to allow competition, let opposition parties breed under Tinubu. But he will not allow it. So guys, everybody is welcoming this development, and we must applaud this man to have taken this bold step. I know Tinubu will not like it because he wants every politician, big and small, to come under his umbrella for his re-election. But gone are the days you can get the politicians but you won't get the people. Tinubu can get the politicians but he can't get the people. The people are looking for people who will come in and solve their problem. Tinubu is the worst because he has not even made any attempt. When Buhari came in, Boko Haram was, causing so much havoc. But guess what? Buhari tried his best at that initial time to calm them down. Now they have come up again. Tinubu is not even talking. Even if they attack military base, you don't hear anything from the government. Look at Benue State. Day before yesterday, there were gunshots all over the places. People were kidnapped. There was protest in Benue State because people who were traveling to somewhere in a very large bus, they said gunmen stopped them in one of the roads in Benue State, took all of them into the bushes, and guess what? Some people began to protest, but nobody came to their aid. This happened just a few days ago. Till now, those people that were kidnapped are still in the bushes. You can imagine poor Benue going through all this, and we say we have leaders in this country. Let me know what you think about this in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell. Please give this video a like so that YouTube can recommend it to others, and drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you.